Just home for lunch, guys, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've been cooking. I've been trying to pre-prepare things when I can to stay organised. It's really helped me stay in control of my calories at lunchtime. Otherwise, my go-to is probably just to load up a sandwich, and nothing wrong with a sandwich, by the way. Just the fact that one sandwich probably wouldn't fill me up and I'd probably make two. Then it becomes a little bit more calorific, or I'm less likely to add in vegetables and things like that when I'm eating a sandwich. So I've made a couple of things, and I've made things that are really dead easy to make. I'm not a good cook and I don't really have a lot of patience either. What have we got in here? Basically, I cooked a bit of a stir fry with some onions, peppers, garlic, some spices, chucked in some beef, threw in some boiled rice, stirred it all up, a little bit of oil, and there you go. You've got at least 2 portions in there. And then I did something very similar, but with chicken. So a little bit of variation. So the only real difference is beef in there, chicken in there. Again, there are 2 portions in there. So, I mean, that'll help myself and Emma for a couple of portions, say lunch or dinner. And it helps keep you organised over a couple of days. It's just simple. You maybe don't need to put in the rice. You could put in more vegetables, make it a little bit lower in carbohydrate, maybe lower in calories. But this helps me stay organised through the week. And what I'll have with that is I'll have a portion of that, and I'll chuck in some green beans or some steamed vegetables as well. So it doesn't take much to stay organised, guys. You just have to make the effort. Do a little bit of food prep in your spare time. Even freeze some things that you can pull out and use whenever you need them. So stay organised by cooking and obviously remembering your goals, and that will inspire you and spur you on to do that extra work in the kitchen. Good portion of mange tout. I think there's just under 200 grams there. A little bit of salt on that, and then just half of what was in that tub. Good amount of protein, carbohydrates and fats as well. And that'll probably fill me up for a good wee while. So guys, I'm filming as I am eating, so hopefully I don't have bits of mange tout or beef stuck in my teeth. But one of the things that I find really difficult with dieting is having to restrict my portion sizes, obviously restricting my calories, to stay within the targets that I've set. So, you know, I've kind of tried my best to calorie up and macro up that portion that I just showed you there. And when you're putting it on the plate, you know, to me it's not enough. It's not enough to fill me up, or I want more food than that. That's the difficult part for me, is because, you know, I don't want to feel hungry after I've eaten. Then you go looking for extra calories, and that's when you get yourself caught up with eating too much and not making progress. Adding in that mange tout, adding in the vegetables is key, because it gives me more food to eat, and obviously that's very, very low calorie. I understand vegetables are probably not as tasty as other things on the plate, but it really helps to make the meal last longer and you feel fuller as you're eating it. Another little tip is, don't go and eat all the tasty stuff first and leave yourself with the vegetables. I would start by eating a reasonable amount of the vegetables and then slowly start eating into the more sort of tastier bits on your plate, intermittent between the vegetables. You kind of need your food to take longer to eat for you to feel that feeling of enjoyment from the food, and to get to the end of the meal and not feel like you need to eat something else. So guys, I thought I'd show you how I would warm up for a session rather than just showing you the sessions for a change. So here we go. Usually start with some light mobility work for the upper body. Basically just throw my arms about in all directions. I like it. It gets the blood pumping and it loosens off the shoulders, the thoracic, and stretches out any tightness I've got through my lower back, lats, pecs, that sort of thing. It's a nice way to start a session before you start moving down the body into some bigger movements. I'll then start to focus on movements that involve the hips and dynamically stretching all the big muscles that attach there. Here I'm just doing a little bit extra work for the upper body, activating the shoulders and the upper back. But a lot of the drills that I'll do will focus on the hips, so that squats, lunges, deadlifts, any big leg movement feels comfortable and I can hit full range of motion in all my reps in the sessions. Even if I'm doing upper body, I'll do a little bit of dynamic stretching around the hips, just so that when I'm doing bent over rows or any hip hinging based movement, the body feels good. These are probably my favourite stretches. I call that one cobra to downward dog, and then into a spider with a rotation. Two amazing stretches for hitting all sorts of different areas around the groin, the hip flexors, the hamstrings, and the upper body as well. I think a sensible approach to take in your warm-up is to use movements that are bang for buck, that you can get a lot out of, and those two stretches definitely do that. Here we're just focusing on opening up the upper back, and then another downward dog and into the pigeon. So the pigeon, again, a fantastic stretch, really focusing around the glute area, reaching on different angles, different spots there, kind of helping getting a deeper stretch through the glutes, but also bringing in some of the back muscles as well, which is going to help for any shoulder work. And then moving on to sort of all floor based stuff. This is a scorpion. It helps stretch the front of the shoulder and the pecs, as well as maybe opening up the hips a little bit as well. And then just back on the feet, keeping it dynamic, getting side to side, open up the groin, stretching the adductors, into some bigger movements like the lunges, reaching overhead, and then finishing with some fast-paced movements that maybe replicate what we're doing in the session. So doing a little bit of squats and press-ups, activating the glutes, or getting the glutes warmed up, shall we say, with some bridges. And I'll normally just chuck in maybe one core exercise as well, and normally finish with something just to get the heart rate up. Burpees, for example, here with some high knees. So guys, we're in the van. We've not been in the van for a while. Have we?
Yeah.
I'm going to let Callum hold it. Just tell him what we're eating.
I'm eating grapes.
You hold the phone. Tell him what Lewis is eating as well.
Sushi.
We were calling soy sauce soya, weren't we? It's soy. Soy sauce.
Yeah, soy.
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 Do you like sushi, Callum?
A little bit. Don't like the posh sushis.
What's the posh sushi?
I like the not posh sushis.
What's the not posh sushis?
The not posh.
You just like the basic sushi, don't you?
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy with too much raw fish. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
What about Lewis? What do you like?
Type of sushi.
Yeah.
Quite like every sushi, but and my favorite is like salmon
And tuna.
and tuna and also prawn.
But you're not eating that cream cheese one.
Yeah, because I don't really like cream cheese.
Oh.
Yummy.
So this is a typical Wednesday, isn't it, guys? Where we're crammed in the van, eating, going to... Where are we going, Callum? Tell them.
My judo.
Yeah. So you've got judo, and Lewis has got, straight after that,
Football.
Do you know why football is called a football? Called football.
do I know why football's called football?
Because you hit the foot with the ball. I mean, you hit
No.
you hit the ball with your foot.
And that's why it's called football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, so today I am in for a slightly different experience for my Saturday evening. I'm with the one and only, the Kilted Chef, Mr. Craig Wilson, that runs Eat on the Green in Udney, and anyone that's been there will know how good a restaurant that is. So I am away to help Craig in the kitchen tonight with the service, and really just wanted to see, as he's my client, just wanted to learn a little bit more about him and what it's like to do his job, but also to experience something different for myself. Basically a little challenge of experiencing something different. So I'm going to be working alongside Craig and his team in the kitchen tonight. So yes, we'll see how that goes, and I'll post some footage. Wish me luck. So the first job is we are away to a farm shop in Pitmedden to get a few supplies for tonight's service. Is that right, Craig?
Yeah, that's right. Need to get some Aberdeenshire honey, and I'll just have a wee recce, see if there's anything there for the garnish. Yeah. I mean, I think for a lot of people, they would, the northeast, they wouldn't necessarily see like neeps and carrots, like real dirty carrots. Kids just see them coming from Sainsbury's or Tesco's or whatever. And a recipe like this would go back like years. This is a traditional handmade oat cake. So stuff like that. Heather also lives here. They grow a lot of their own stuff in the polytunnels, and makes a lot of these wonderful blackberry and sloe gin. That'll be yours, Barry. Really nice. I'm actually looking for some honey. Here we go. We do a lot of fair trade stuff as well. This is quite that's good value. Not really.
So how do we pay for this, Craig?
Yeah, it's just an honesty box. You can use your card details, or I just leave Heather a wee message and she'll invoice me, because she knows that I'll probably forget.
It's pretty cool, is it? So guys, it's Sunday and I'm just away to post this video up. I am feeling absolutely knackered today. I feel like it's been a tough week of training. I know I've not necessarily showed you a lot of my sessions, but it has been a tough week of training this week. Worked hard. I've also been very busy with work, and yeah, did a double shift yesterday morning, was working in the gym. Worked out first of all, was working in the gym, and then went and helped work at Craig's, eating the green last night, which was a lot more tiring, shall we say, than I expected. But what a buzz, absolutely loved it. Really enjoyed that experience of being in the kitchen and just seeing how another team of people work, seeing Craig's standards. Absolutely loved every minute of it. I did it because I wanted to have a little insight into Craig's working shift. I'm trying to help him with his health and his lifestyle and to lose weight. So that was a really good insight for me. But I also did it to, for my own benefit of learning some tips and tricks in the kitchen. So, he taught me how to chop vegetables better, more efficiently. And, he showed me how to create a few different dishes. And, I picked up quite a lot in terms of how they work as a team. And it was just really interesting. And I'm really thankful to Craig for letting me come into his working environment with virtually no skills and experience in a kitchen and helping with that service. So brilliant. And that's why I'm pretty tired today, guys, I'll be honest with you. So I'm really going to get an early night tonight, I think. I do want to watch Peaky Blinders. I don't know if you guys are watching it, but I think I might just watch it tomorrow and go and get an early night and try and have a really good week next week as well. The ball is well and truly rolling for me. I've finally lost a stone. So I was down at my lowest weight this morning. So down to 85.1 kilograms. So that's exactly a stone since I started. Really pleased with that. And if I look back on, the journey that I've been on so far and the things that have helped me get here, I could probably highlight a few things as, one, my weekends have been so much better or different to what they were when I was gaining weight, for example. I'm drinking less alcohol, which means less calories, which means I've got more energy and more get up and go in the mornings, which probably means I'm walking more or doing more productive things and burning more calories and just generally feeling a bit better about myself. I'm not wasting calories on takeaways and things like that. My weekends have been so much better, and I think that's really played a part because my week wasn't that bad. But obviously I've gotten control of my calories. I've slowly dropped them down, and I do feel that a little bit day to day, and there's no really getting away from that. When you're dieting, you are going to have days and periods where you do feel a little bit hungry, but it's also a good sign that you're probably in a deficit and you're achieving something. It's just a problem when you start to feel too hungry that energy levels are dropping, or you start over consuming to make up for it. And I don't feel like I've got to that stage yet. I'm much more focused in my training, so my training is better, and I think that's coming from just having these goals. It's keeping me on a path, on track. It's keeping me motivated. It's spurring me on to make progress within lifts, within sessions, and my consistency levels with the gym in general are better. And I'm putting that down to just having set those goals and understanding why I've got those goals in the first place. Other things are little lifestyle things like, right at the start, making it a priority to eat more vegetables, eat more fruit, drink more water, sleep more, walk more. I've made that the sort of basis of this whole diet, to be honest with you. And then I've controlled calories from that. But I feel like I need those habits to stay in place for longer than just 16 weeks. They need to be there for life or forever, I really want to look after my health long term. And, if you're not looking after your hydration, your sleep, your stress levels, your activity levels, and eating regular portions of fruit and vegetables and healthy nutritious foods, then I don't believe you are looking after your health. That's where I'm at, and that's what I'm putting down to the progress that I've made. Hopefully you guys are enjoying watching me and are making similar progress and are understanding that it is quite simple, trying to make it look as easy as it possibly can without lying to you as well, and being honest about about the fact that you have to work hard. You know, you are going to feel a little bit hungry. You have to be consistent. You have to make some sacrifices. And like today, I feel pretty tired. So, you know, I'm going to try and get an early night. But yeah, that is week. What week is this? I'm so tired I can't remember what week it is. That is week 10. This is the 10th episode. Week 10 done, which means 9 weeks. So I'm over the hill. I'm over the halfway stage, and we are heading towards the back end of this diet. And hopefully next week I'll be able to show you my progress pictures, and you'll see a little bit of a difference in my photos from the previous weeks as well. Okay guys, speak soon.